All right, so I got this Unun, I believe, or is it a Balun? Anyways, I made this for in-fed half-wave antenna that hopefully one day I'll have with a ham radio. This one is a 49 to 1, 49 to 1, and it's recommended to put that 100 picofarad capacitor in. So that's what I was going to do because I didn't have it before, and I was just playing around with the old CB radio, and I made a dipole messing around with it. So as you can see, it doesn't have the capacitor, so I'm going to add it on there. And so I bought some from what was it, Amazon, and I'm going to show you that's what I got. So I'm going to take this and open it up the wrong way like an idiot. So don't do what I did, and you will see here in just a second. When I open it up, it's got some tape on it, so I had to get the tape off, and so I'll kind of speed it up here in just a second. So here I go opening the wrong way, and so don't do that. I had to tip it over or flip it back around and shake it down and get everything in the right order, hopefully anyways. One thing I will say is I measured a lot of these capacitors, and the 100 picofarad was not 100. They were all right at 80 picofarads. So I did use the 100. I went with the 150 picofarad, and they measured about 110 picofarad. So you guys tell me if that's going to mess anything up. I'm not really sure. I didn't think it would, but if it is, let me know and I can pull it back out. So I'm getting my meter out to measure some of these, and then I'll finally find one that's about 109 picofarads. So I just sped it up through there, went through a lot of the capacitors, and I found one that was 109 picofarads, and that's the one I decided to use. So I'm just going to get this box off the pole that I had it on, a little makeshift pole I had when I was out in the yard messing around. So I'm about to get my soldering iron and get everything ready. And before you guys comment on, I don't know what I'm doing when I'm soldering, I know that. So any helpful tips would be great because I'm not really great at that. But I'm just going to mess around and try to get that, get the capacitor on there the best I can. So any tips would be appreciated. So I'm going to try to figure out the best way I can get this soldered on the right points. So that's just me messing around, trying to look at making sure, setting everything up to get ready. Hopefully have a good game plan coming in, and that way I can get it soldered in there. Okay, so now I have a little bit of solder, and my soldering iron has gotten hot enough, and I'm just going to melt a little bit on the tip, get it wet after I cleaned it off. So get the tip wet a little bit, and then I'm going to put them on the ends of the capacitor just to have a little solder on them already before I really get to the point where I'm soldering the points together on the actual device itself, or the Unun or Balun. I changed the camera view for you. I'm hoping the lighting's a little bit better on this side. Got a little bit on the tip, and I'm just going to put some on each leg of the capacitor just to get a little bit of solder on each lead for that capacitor. Then I'm going to heat the parts up a little bit and get those soldered on them. So here I'm just trying to get it ready, kind of get the angle I want, trying to let the camera see it at the same time as heating everything up. I had a little hard time with just using my hands, so I got some needle nose pliers to actually hold the capacitor and make this job a little bit easier. I know they make things to actually hold, but I don't have none of that, so I'm just grabbing my trusty needle nose pliers to hold the actual capacitor and get this thing in there and soldered on the point. So I'm heating it up and about to stick it on there, and to my surprise it actually worked. So pretty surprised about that because I'm not very good at this. Something I've just been practicing a little bit more, playing around with. I believe it's stuck. There we go. Put a little bit on the end, melt a little bit on the tip, and add just a little bit more solder to get a good, make sure it holds really good. In the end, I believe it was okay. I got a picture of it, or more close up for you that you can see it. I probably should have zoomed in for you guys, but I thought I did a little bit so that you could see, but I think you get the idea. So that side is good, and I'm going to work on the other side. All right, just getting the other side prepared and at the right angle, heating it up. Hopefully this does take. It's really important to get it where you want it, where it's not really that springy. Makes it a little bit easier if it's laying on there already. When I went to go back, it almost popped back out because I melted the solder. I believe I pushed it back down with my finger to get the solder on there, and everything seemed to take. It looked pretty good. And that was it. So 109 picofarads. I'm just cleaning up the solder and going to show you here. Putting it kind of where I want it. I probably need to get something to hold that toroid down, which I didn't mention earlier, but I'm using a 240-31. I'm going to try to make this for the high frequency. So hopefully that should work, but if you guys think different, let me know. Again, this is the first one I've ever made, so I know very little, but hopefully get my ham radio soon so I can test all this out. There's a little bit more closer view. Hopefully you guys can see that. So I got it in there. Well, let me know what you guys think, what's it look like, and what did I do wrong, or if I could do something better, let me know. But that's my 100 picofarad soldering job there. Thanks.